These questions are from the Italian magazine Oggi. The first question is, why are you going to Italy?
I do not believe in nations. The whole humanity is one. I am going to Italy because Italy is there.
What do you know about Italy and the Italian people?
I know everything about the Italian people. My first Western sannyasis were Italians. They introduced me to the West. And I have thousands of sannyasis in Italy. They have a special quality to them. They are the most lively people on the earth, most earthly, most loving, most non-serious. To me, seriousness is sickness, and non-seriousness is a religious quality. I don't know anything about Italy because I have never been there. But to know the people is to know their land, is to know the earth where they have been born, is to know the trees, is to know the rivers and the mountains, because they carry the taste of their atmosphere with them. Italy must be a very living, very alive, very young, youthful country. One thing I know, that in the past, Italy was one of the biggest empire in the world, the Roman Empire. And the Romans were the only people on the whole earth who were pagans. And I love pagans. A pagan is a person who does not believe in hocus-pocus gods, in heaven or hell, who does not bother about what is going to happen after death, who lives here and now, squeezing the juice of every moment to its fullest. The pagan knows how to live. And one who knows how to live automatically comes to know how to die. His life is beautiful, his death is beautiful. But a calamity happened. The Roman emperor ordered the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. The order was executed by his viceroy in Judea, Pontius Pilate. He was not interested at all in crucifying Jesus Christ. But the Jews were demanding it. And it has become such a big problem that he was not ready to lose the empire to save a single man. But he was not aware about the dialectics of existence, dialectics of history. He crucified Jesus not knowing that his own country will become the citadel of Christianity. He crucified Jesus. He continued to crucify other Christians. And the ultimate result was that the whole Roman people started feeling guilty. They are crucifying innocent people. They may have crazy ideas, but everybody has the right to have crazy ideas. They are not harming anybody. They are talking about God, they are talking about the only begotten Son of God. So let them talk. But because they were crucified, the pendulum moved. People became more and more sympathetic to the innocent people who were being murdered. And the ultimate result was that Rome became the very citadel of Christianity. The day Jesus Christ was crucified by the order of the Roman Empire, unknowingly, he has crucified the whole Roman civilization. Italy became Christian out of guilt, not out of any conversion. So they are superficially Christian. They pay the tribute to the Pope, but basically they are pagans, the real Romans, the authentic, real human beings. I am not going to Italy to meet the Christians. I am going to discover the pagans which have been lost behind the facade of Christianity. I am a pagan, and my sannyasins are pagan. We believe only in reality, not in fictions. My going to Italy is significant. Losing the pagans from the world has been an immense loss. We have lost some song, some dance to human life. Some dimension has completely closed. Italy needs to be freed from Christianity. Only then it will find its soul, its original face.
Is it true that you are an admirer of St. Francis of Assisi?
Yes, it is true.
St. Francis of Assisi used to travel by donkey, not by Rolls Royce. Can you please comment?
On that point, he was wrong. Because to travel by a donkey is to torture a living being, and to travel by a Rolls Royce is not torturing anybody. It is absolutely non-violent.
In Italy, we have the Vatican, the citadel of the Pope, and you are against him and the Catholic religion. Why?
I am not especially against Catholic religion. I am against all organized religions. Catholic religion is only one of them. And I am against all organized religions without any exception. For the simple reason, because truth cannot be organized. It is not politics. It is a love affair between the individual and existence. You cannot organize it. No priests are needed. No theologians are needed. No churches are needed. Is not the sky full of stars enough for you to appreciate and admire and fall down on the earth in prayer and in thankfulness to existence? Are not flowers enough? Trees and birds, mountains, a sunrise, a beautiful sunset. Existence surrounds you with so much beauty, and you create a small prison and call it a church. and you think going into the church is being religious. Listening to the sermon of a man who has not realized anything. He may be a scholar, but he is not enlightened. He speaks within quotes, but he cannot speak on his own authority. Is simply wasting time. Either find out somebody who has found the truth and be with him. Drink his presence. Look into his eyes. Feel his heart and let your heart beat in rhythm with his heart. And perhaps you may have some taste of religion. But religion cannot be organized. Truth cannot even be expressed. What to say about organizing it? It is inexpressible. Those who have known it have talked about and about, but they have never been able to exactly say it. They talk about and about in the hope that perhaps by chance you may get the knack. It is not an art which can be taught. It is something more like a disease which can only be caught. When you are near a man who knows the truth, perhaps you may cut the disease. All the mystics of the world, of all the ages, are agreed on one point, that truth cannot be brought down to the level of language. And all the theologians are doing just the opposite. All the mystics are agreed that there is no way of organizing truth, because it is an purely individual affair. Do you have organizations for love? And love at least involves two persons. It is interpersonal. Religion is absolutely personal. It does not involve anybody else than you. You need not be a part of a crowd, Catholic, Protestant, Christian, Hindu, Mohammedan, Buddhist. All these crowds have destroyed the possibility of man attaining truth, because they have given a fallacious idea that you need not search. Jesus knows it. You simply believe in Jesus. Buddha knows it. You simply believe in Buddha. You don't have to do anything. They have made truth so cheap that the whole world believes and lives in darkness and lives in 1,001 lies. The belief in the very beginning is a lie. How can you believe that Buddha has attained truth? How can you believe that Jesus has achieved truth? His contemporaries did not believe him. You are 20 centuries away. His contemporaries thought only that he is a nuisance. They did not relish his presence. On the contrary, they wanted him to be destroyed. And you know that he knew the truth. On what grounds? Your belief is just a strategy to deceive yourself. You don't want to take the arduous path of seeking, searching, discovering. It is arduous because you will have to drop many superstitions and you will have to deprogram yourself from many conditions from the past which are preventing you from knowing the truth, from knowing yourself. No belief can help, and all religions are based on belief. That's why they are called faiths. And the religious people are called faithful. Truth is a search, not a faith. It is an inquiry, not a belief. It is a question, a quest. And you will have to go a long way to find it. To avoid this long journey, you easily become gullible. You easily become victims of anybody who is ready to exploit you. And naturally it feels cozy in a crowd. There are 600 million Catholics. It feels cozy. And it feels that 600 million people cannot be wrong. You may be wrong, but 600 million people cannot be wrong. But everybody in those 600 million people is thinking the same. $400 million Hindus feel that they are right. Otherwise, why 400 million people should believe in their truth? The same is true about Mohammedans, Buddhists, and other religions. And the search of truth is a flight of the alone to the alone. All these religions have made you parts of crowds, dependent on the crowds. They have taken away your individuality. They have taken away your freedom. They have taken away your intelligence. And its place they have given you bogus beliefs which mean nothing. I am not particularly against Catholic religion. I am against all religions. My standpoint is that religious is a personal experience. A Buddha may have known truth, but the moment Buddha dies, his truth disappears like fragrance when a flower dies. What happens to the fragrance? It moves into the universal. And it is good that everybody has to find it again and again. Otherwise, truth will be such a boring thing. It is an adventure and an ecstasy. And it will remain always an adventure, because it cannot be purchased, it cannot be borrowed, it cannot be stolen, it cannot be believed. There is no other way except seeking it and finding it. And the very seeking is so beautiful. Each moment of it is such a joy, because each moment something falls, drops from your life. And we are surrounded by falsities. On each step, some mask drops, and you become acquainted with your original face. And finally, when all that is false has disappeared, you become a light unto yourself. And that is the moment of religiousness. I would love the whole world to be religious, but not under any organized religion, but as an independent search out of each individual's freedom. And then you will have an authority. Then whether you say it or not, even your silence will be a sermon. Even your gestures will have a grace. Those who are receptive will immediately feel the gravitation of the realized person, the magnetic force in his eyes, in his presence. There is no need to convert anybody. Every conversion is ugly. When you come across somebody who knows, you simply fall in love. It is not a conversion. You cannot do anything else. In spite of you, something goes on pulling you into a new direction, into a new dimension. Basically, I am for freedom of individual, for seeking the truth. Unfortunately, because of this, I have to be against organized religions. But that is not my joy. Just the dirty work I have to do.
Don't you think that your aversion to and criticism of the Pope would cause you a lot of trouble?
My whole life I have enjoyed troubles. And I would love every trouble that can be caused by my opposition to organized religions and the so-called bogus leaders. But I know Italians more intimately than the Polak Pope. They will be the last to cause any trouble for me. They are such loving people. So nice. I like everything about them except their spaghetti. That I hate. But only because I hate spaghetti, I don't think people are going to create trouble for me.
He wanted to challenge the Pope to a public debate during his last travel to India, but it didn't happen. Why? Particularly on which points did you want to contest with the Pope?
I had not only challenged him for a public discussion on fundamental questions of religiousness, I had opposed the Hindu chauvinistic people who were opposing him. I was the only one in the whole of India who raised his voice that the Pope should not be opposed in such a way. This is ugly. The better and more human way is invite him respectfully to public debates wherever he goes. India has thousands of years of experience of argumentation. There is no problem to argue about fundamental questions. But throwing stones, shouting, screaming, protesting, all these are ugly things. I hope the Pope should remember when I come to Italy. That I was the only one who was opposing people, not to oppose him in these unhuman ways. And the fundamental questions I want to discuss publicly amongst his own people, in his own citadel in Vatican, are very simple. The fundamental questions of religion are God. I want to discuss about God. I want to discuss about devil. Just today I have been informed that he has proclaimed that devil is not a fiction but a reality. I would like to see the reality. You will be surprised to know that there are religions in the world which don't have any devil. Taoism in China has no devil. Jainism in India has no devil. Buddhism has no devil. But the most surprising thing for you will be, all these religions don't have God either. So there is a certain relationship between God and evil, God and devil. They cannot exist separately. If one is accepted, the other has to be accepted. You cannot think of God without devil. You cannot think of heaven without hell. The polar opposite is absolutely necessary. One lie leads to another lie. Even God's reality is not proved and the Pope is proclaiming the reality of devil. The reason is, if the devil is unreal, then God cannot be real. The devil is the other side of the same coin, of the same fiction. I would like to discuss with him, can truth be expressed? If truth cannot be expressed in words, then no scripture can be holy. I would like to discuss about the Holy Bible, which has 500 pages of sheer pornography. Just because it is in the Bible, pornography becomes holy? I would like to discuss with him about meditation, because Christianity knows nothing about meditation. The religions who believe in the fiction of God have missed the most fundamental thing about religion, meditation. The God-oriented religion have created prayer. Prayer is addressed to God. Prayer has always to be addressed to somebody. You cannot just pray. You cannot say to whomsoever it may concern. Meditation is a totally different world. It needs no God. It is not prayer. It is not addressed to anyone. It is a search within. You are alive. You are conscious. But you are not aware what this consciousness is. Meditation is the way to know what this consciousness is. And once you come to know what this consciousness is, you have found a master key, because the same consciousness exists all over the universe. There is no God, but the universe is fully conscious. It is pure consciousness. I would like to ask him about the Christian Trinity, how they have invented it. The Father is there, the Son is there, but where is the Mother? And what kind of guy is this Holy Ghost? Just to insult women, they have not given a place in Trinity for a woman. And there are many problems which are facing the world. The population increase is facing the world. And the Pope and his other puppets are teaching people against birth control. They are creating more and more poverty, more and more orphans. It is a strange game. On the one hand, they are creating more poverty, more orphans, more sickness, more death. And on the other hand, they are opening hospitals for sick people, orphanages for orphans. And behind the scene, the reality is that they are converting the poor people to Catholicism just because they can provide bread and butter to them. This is insulting the very dignity of human beings. You are purchasing their souls just by giving them bread or clothes, and you are the cause of their poverty. And you go on insisting that to use birth control methods is against God. Where it is written in your Holy Bible that to use birth control methods is against God? And where it is written that to use aeroplanes is not against God? You are using every technology that science has given to you. But just about humanity, you don't want them not to be poor. You don't want that there should be no orphans. Because without orphans, what Mother Teresa will do? Who is going to give her Nobel Prize? For the Nobel Prize, orphans are needed. For the orphans, the pill has to be condemned. Birth control has to be condemned. Now in India, Christianity has become the third greatest religion. And who are the people who have become Christians? Not a single Brahmin, not a single cultured, educated, rich person. The beggars, the dying, the starving, the poor people who have no future. These are becoming Christians. Do you think they are choosing your religion because of some religious quest? Or for some material gain? And why you are interested just to increase your numbers, because numbers have power. It is a whole politics of numbers. You are teaching people ugly things. I was talking to a bishop, and I asked him that, how do you know that God is against birth control? He never revealed it to Jesus Christ. He never revealed it to any other prophet. He never revealed it to any other saint. How you have come to the conclusion? In fact, seeing that God has only one son, it is enough proof that he follows birth control. Otherwise, in eternity, he would have created so many orphans that you would have run out of Nobel Prizes. Perhaps that is the reason why he does not allow the woman in the Trinity. She must be kept somewhere in the house, hiding. But she is not allowed in the open to the public, because women are strange creatures. If you have a son, they nag you that we need a daughter also. If you have a daughter, they nag you, we have absolutely a son. If you have a son and daughter, then too, the woman says, who knows? One of them may die. To be on the safer side, let us have at least 3. But God has only one begotten Son. And you are teaching in poor countries like India, birth control methods are sin. "30 years before, when I started talking to people, I started telling them about birth control and its methods. I was stoned. 3 times attempts on my life have been made because I am destroying people's morality. I am teaching things against their religion. When I started, India's population was 400 million. Now India's population is 900 million. 100 million people have been added in 30 years. The country was poor even then. And the mathematicians and the economists were thinking 5 years ago that by the end of century India will have 1 billion population. But now they have to change. The population is growing faster than they can calculate. Now they have come with a new estimate. By the end of the century, India will have not only 1 billion people, but 1,800,000,000 people. Almost 2 billion people. There is no possibility for this country to survive. Who will be responsible? God? Jesus Christ? The Pope? Mother Teresa? Who will be responsible? Because these are the people who are corrupting the minds of people. I told the bishop that it is such a simple matter. You define God as omnipotent, all-powerful, omniscient, all-seeing, omnipresent, everywhere present. If this is true, then what is the fear? He is all powerful. Cannot he make a puncture into the rubber? Even a small child can do it. All the factories go on producing rubbers and he goes on making punctures. That will be perfectly understandable that God does not want birth control. But who are you? He is omnipotent. Let him do. You keep quiet. There are problems in the world, and these people are increasing the problems. They are not helping humanity in any way. There is AIDS for which religious people are responsible, because they created the idea of celibacy, which is unnatural. Nobody can be celibate unless he is impotent. And this has to be understood, that no impotent man in the whole history has been creative in any dimension. A great musician, a great poet, a great scientist, a great mystic. No. Because sex is your energy, your creative energy. Your greatest creative people are the most sexual people. Teaching celibacy is against nature. And then putting monks into separate monasteries and nuns into separate places and not allowing them to meet. You created homosexuality. You created lesbianism. And now homosexuality has brought AIDS. Every government of the world has to declare celibacy a crime. And anybody who preaches celibacy should be immediately imprisoned, because he is the cause of a deathly disease, AIDS, which is spreading far and wide. And if nuclear weapons don't kill you, AIDS will kill you. And this ugly disease is based on absolutely illogical, irrational ideas. Nature gives you the power to reproduce. Is nature against God? This seems to be very strange. On the one hand, these people go on saying God created the world. God created everything. So He must have created sex too. Or do you make a division that God created man without sex and devil added sexuality to man? But who created the devil? God, if you think, is the creator of everything, He is the creator of devil, He is the creator of evil, He is the creator of sex, He is the creator of everything that exists. And it is very strange that God creates sex and His representatives are against sex. People should be celibate. And they do not understand even ABC of physiology, biology, chemistry. A man can take the vow of remaining celibate, but what he can do to change his biology, his physiology, his chemistry? They don't read Holy Bible. They don't understand any pope. They don't listen to any garbage. They simply go on doing their work. Even the monk is creating sex energy, living sperms, and he has a limited place for them. And he is eating, he is breathing, he is doing everything. More and more energy is coming in. The old sperms are in a hurry to get out. Now you have put the poor man in such a difficult situation. He cannot do about it anything. You can tell him, repeat, Ave Maria, Ave Maria, Ave Maria. But those persons don't listen all these things. They don't believe. They are not believers. They simply want to get out in the air because they have a very limited life. And they will find a way. If you don't give them a natural way, you are creating perversions. All the perversions are because of your religions. So I am ready to discuss about everything that concerns humanity and its welfare. And I would like his people to be present, his cardinals, his bishops, the people who have chosen him, so they can see that their Pope has no answers for anything. Everything goes on because all religions are in the same boat, so they don't discuss with each other fundamental problems. I don't belong to any religion, so I have nothing to fear. I don't have any program, any philosophy. I simply want to deprogram whole humanity, and I do not want man to be reprogrammed again. So man can live in innocence, in joy and peace, without any schizophrenic splits.
You are also against Mother Teresa of Calcutta. But who will take care of the poor, the sick, the orphans, and the starving people?
How long Mother Teresa has been there? And who was taking care of all these people before her? And how long she is going to stay alive? Who will take care of these people after her? Rather than depending on Mother Teresa's, why don't you stop creating orphans? So there is no need of any Mother Teresa. What is the need to create orphans? When the pill is there, anybody can distribute the pill to people. Orphans can be prevented. But Mother Teresa would not like orphans to be prevented. It happened one American couple went to Mother Teresa's place in Calcutta. They wanted to adopt a child. They had no children of their own. The clerk, the receptionist, said that we have 700 children. You can choose. You just sit down and fill the form. They filled the form. The clerk looked at the form and he said, "You wait here, I will be coming soon." He went in. He never came back. Somebody else came back and said, "Forgive us, right now we don't have any children." The couple was puzzled. Just few minutes before there were 700 children. And now they don't have any children. He said, "What happened?" The man said, "I don't know anything. I know only one thing, that I have been sent to tell you that right now we don't have any children to give to you." The reason was that in the form he has filled, he is a Protestant Christian. If he was a Catholic, then there were 700 children. He wrote a letter into Times of India, and I publicly criticized Mother Teresa. She wrote to me a letter explaining why the man was refused. She tried to explain that the man was refused because we give those children only to those families where their upbringing will not create any conflict. I wrote her back that then those children should be given back to Hindus, Mohammedans, and not to Christians. What right you have got to give them to Catholics? In the first place, you should not give them any Catholic teaching. You don't have their consent. They can give you consent only when they are at least 21 of age. And you are committing a crime against small babies. It is unforgivable. She was very angry. She wrote to me that I don't want to discuss the matter, but I will pray to God to forgive you. I wrote her my last letter. I said, "This is my last letter to inform you that there is no God. So please don't waste your time in praying. Secondly, without asking my permission, who are you to pray for me? This is interference into my very spirituality. I will sue you into the court." These people, now she has opened an AIDS home in New York. Now these people are responsible for AIDS. They have created it. This is not service, this is simply punishment. The Vatican should be turned into an AIDS camp. All their monasteries should be now AIDS camps because they have created it. They should take the responsibility of it. And this is not service to humanity. This is simply repentance. It will be good if they do it as quickly as possible. Otherwise, I'm going to tell to homosexuals of all over the world, move towards Vatican. That is your home.
You are against the family, against God, against poverty. Consequently, I argue that you are only for the perfect and rich people. Is that so?
It is perfectly right. I want this earth to be full of rich people and perfect people. I am against disease. I want healthy people. I am against poverty. I want rich people. I am against uncultured, uneducated. I want educated and cultured people. I want this earth to be multi-dimensionally rich, so it can enjoy the novels of Dostoevsky, music of Mozart, paintings of Van Gogh, mysticism of Al-Hillaz Mansur, dialogues of Socrates, sermons of Gautam Buddha. There is so much to enjoy and to grow with. But the poverty prevents, which can be immediately removed. We have enough nuclear power in the world to destroy this whole earth 700 times. This whole nuclear power can be used for creativity. All poverty can disappear just like a dewdrop in the early morning sun. Our whole scientific genius is involved in creating war machines. That whole genius should be diverted to make man's life more richer, more healthier. It is a simple question of deciding that the humanity is one and that there are no nations and there are no religions and we are together and there is no question of any war. 75% of our energy is wasted by war. In 3,000 years we have been in 5,000 wars. Anybody looking from another planet will think this earth is just insane. We are continuously either preparing for war or fighting. We do only two things: fight or prepare. No time for anything else. No time to love, no time to sing, no time to dance, no time to meditate. No time for any higher values of life. The questioner seems to be thinking that it is a great question. It is simply stupid. I am against God because I don't want people's energies wasted for a fiction. I am against poverty because I have seen poverty. And it is inhuman to allow poverty to exist on the earth. But just the other day I was reported that the European common market has surplus products this year. So much that just to destroy the surplus, $4 billion will be needed for destruction. It is not the value of the surplus goods. $4 billion is only the value of destroying it. And they will destroy it. Every year it is going to happen. It has been happening in America, it has been happening in Europe, it has been happening in Russia. In Ethiopia, thousands of people are dying. And you are destroying your surplus products. And in destroying them, you are ready to waste $4 billion. These $4 billion will be enough to carry those products to Ethiopia and save the whole Ethiopia. But no, it cannot be done. Who cares whether Ethiopia lives or not? In Russia, they have been, few years back, burning wheat in their trains instead of coal, because they had surplus wheat and it was cheaper than coal. And people were dying in India, in Bangladesh. They need wheat, they cannot eat coal. They have coal. Cannot we make a little more understanding world? That coal from Bangladesh can come to Russia and wheat can go to Bangladesh. That whatever Ethiopia can give, Ethiopia can give. It has its natural resources. But why waste so much food? And you call this world religious. And you call these people Catholics, Protestants, Hindus, Mohammedans, Christians. I don't see any religiousness anywhere, because I don't see any compassion. I don't see any love.
You're for total birth control and for free euthanasia for those over 75 years of age. I feel that all this is very similar to the Nazi ideology. Please comment.
I don't know anything about Nazi ideology. But if it is similar, it makes no difference. What I am saying is my understanding. If it is similar to some other ideology, it is coincidence. But I want humanity to be more scientific as far as breeding is concerned. We have been producing too many idiots, retarded people, crippled people, blind people, sick people. And those people are going to suffer their whole life. This is not compassion. There is no need. Because in each time a man makes love to a woman, he releases 1 million sperms. Only one sperm once in a while, not every day. Once in a while will be able to get to the woman's egg. The remaining 1 million will die within 2 hours' time. Once one sperm has reached the egg closes, and the remaining ones have nothing but to die. 2 hours they can make their efforts. Within 2 hours there will be a line of 1 million soldiers dead. One does not know in those 1 million soldiers how many Albert Einsteins have died, how many Zorbas have died, how many Socrates have died. 1 million is a big number. A single man in his whole life releases billions of living sperms. He alone can fill the whole earth with people. The whole credit goes to the woman, because she can only produce 1 child in 1 year. But this child is just accidental. And my feeling is that within 1 million people who are rushing towards the woman's egg, there is every possibility that a Muhammad Ali may reach first, then Albert Einstein. But we don't need Muhammad Alis. Boxing is such an ugly affair that it should be banned by law. The California University has been researching for the last year that after each boxing match in California for the coming 10 days, crime rates go 13% high. Murders, suicides, rapes, and still boxing continues. There is every possibility that the humble people and all great people are humble, will stand aside and let the other go first. And the primitive and the ugly, the political, will not bother at all to push their way and reach the egg first. Why leave it to accident when it is now within our hands to decide who should reach the egg? The man simply can donate his sperms to the medical lab and they can find out the best out of the 1 million and just inject the woman. Such a simple affair, and we can raise humanity to really superhuman beings. Yes, it may sound something like the Nazi idea, but it is not Nazi. It is simple arithmetic, simple science, simple humanistic. We can cancel those people who will be sick, who will be blind, who will be retarded, and we can choose the best. For thousands of years, man has not evolved. We don't know whether Charles Darwin is right or not. But if he is right, then it seems for millions of years, few monkeys really took a quantum leap, became human beings. And since then, we have not done anything comparable to that. We are far behind those monkeys who had taken the quantum leap and become human beings. It is time to take a quantum leap, and only science is the way to do it. Your old methods are bullock cart methods. They won't help. So even if any of my idea coincides with any other ideology, it does not matter. What matters whether it is logical, rational, scientific or not. Just by calling names, you cannot criticize me. So remember, when you write your article, just don't start telling that I am a fascist or a Nazi ideologist. That will not be fair with me. Whatever I am saying, I am giving you my argument. You can argue against my argument. If you have something better, you can put it in. But don't try these methods which belong only to third-rate intellects, calling anything Nazi, and just people start thinking it is wrong. You have to prove why I am wrong. You are free to prove me wrong. I would love to listen to the argument that I am wrong. But I have always come across people who simply go on calling names. That is not intelligent, that is not human.
If somebody wants to become a sannyasi, what should he do? And what if he wants to drop out again?
There is no problem. When you fall in love, what you do? Just fall in love. Become a sannyasi. There are no conditions. And when you want to fall out, there is no need of any divorce. You simply fall out. We say goodbye. We celebrate both the occasions. There is no conditions when you come in, there are no conditions when you leave. It is your freedom to be part of the movement. It is your choice not to be part of it. We respect you and we respect your decision.
If you are an ordinary human being, why do you accept this form of veneration from your followers?
What kind of veneration? Just because I am sitting in a chair higher than you? Tomorrow I can tell them to dig a ditch. Then I will be adoring you all. Are you some kind of idiot or what?
The last question. And now you are on Crete. By chance or deliberately? You certainly know that this island was the cradle of Western civilization, and the people at that time were wearing purple clothes. But it was also a centre of the pirates during the Roman Empire. Are you a founder of a new civilization, or a pirate of consciousness?
I am neither. I am just a visitor. And by chance. Just because I have few beautiful sannyasins here, like Amrito, who pulled me, and I could not deny them. In fact, I am incapable of saying no to anybody. So people can take me anywhere they want. But there is no question of creating another civilization, because there has been no civilization up to now. And what I will do with making my people pirates? I don't have even pockets. I don't have any bank account. I don't possess anything in this world. I possess only the love of my people who are all over the world. And I don't know another treasure greater than that. Jesus said, God is love